Alright, well, yeah. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Hexion podcast. I apologize for all the delays previously, but last week I also was not around, and then there was a delayed upload and then all kinds of other weird stuff. But this week it is myself and Steph, and Effects is not with us here today, but we do have a special guest, Squirrel Tamer from the Cube Crowd server. So say hello, Squirrel.
Hi. You're supposed to call me Amanda, by the way.
Well, I didn't know in this forum if you wanted me to call you Amanda or Squirrel.
Man Tamer.
Yeah, we'll just go with
No,
Tamer.
anything but that.
Okay, so we like to start these things off with hypothetical questions. Or it's just kind of to help get the brain juices going, and my brain juices definitely need to be going today. So, to get us started, we'll start with you, Amanda. Would you rather be 10 feet tall or 10 inches tall?
I really want to say 10 inches. But then I wouldn't fit in society as much as 10 feet, probably. I don't know.
So you just think... So you're thinking...
But I think it would be cool to be 10 inches.
See, well, I mean... Well, I guess I should probably change the question a little bit, because, like, 10 feet really isn't that crazy, but 10... I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically, would you rather be really short or really, really tall? We'll say comically tall. Okay, would you rather be comically tall or comically short?
I'll still say short, because I'm already kind of short.
Alright, Steph?
I will definitely be 10 inches because I'm already used to shortness, you know? And I feel like when using a keyboard and I'm 10 inches tall, I can just jump around the keyboard, get a little workout when I'm playing video games.
I do think that it would be a lot more entertaining, but, like, my biggest thing is whether or not either of them would end up being a handicap. Because with both of them in particular, like, if you're 10, well, let's say, like, comically huge, like, you end up being, like, 20 feet tall. If you're, like, this massive thing, or this massive person, it's going to be really difficult for you to, like, reach down into, like, a cupboard or something. I mean, granted, people would not force you to do dishes, which that would be awesome. You wouldn't have to touch all those dirty dishes all the time. But, like,
Would your head go past the ceiling?
Well, yeah, you'd have to, like, hunch everywhere, and it'd just be, like, really...
See, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, but again, like, it would get me out of certain things like that. But then, well, I guess if you're 10 inches tall, people aren't going to make you do the dishes either, because you might drown. And who wants to be, like, swimming around in that stuff? Like, I personally would have to say that I would rather be 10 feet tall over 10 inches tall, because at least with 10 feet, like, you're huge... But
people will be scared of you.
People are scared of me anyways. Like, I mean, I'm already 6'4".
You're already tall.
Yeah, I'm already 6'4", but, like, I would rather be huge just because, like, it's... I don't know. I especially with me, like, I like little itty-bitty girls, and that would just make it even easier for me to find little itty-bitty girls.
Everyone would be.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Because then I could just fall in love with every girl that's out there.
Yep, that's exactly what you
couldn't say
do.
no because they would be too scared to say no.
Exactly, they'd be like, well, there's this mastodon that keeps hunting me down. But speaking of relationships, the topic that I wanted to kind of go over today, it's something that you guys actually went over last weekend, but not at that capacity. Because we're not talking romantic relationships here. But what I am kind of curious about, or what I'd like to discuss today, is internet relationships. Basically just becoming friends with people on the internet, and whether or not you think that you should trust the people that you are meeting. And the reason why I brought this up is because with Effects, he automatically assumes that everybody is bad. And I'm the same way. I assume that everybody that I meet is probably out to do something that I am not really into. Like, even with, like, old Hexion people, originally, even whenever I wasn't anything, and this wasn't even, like, my head like, or my head getting to me. It was more or less just the fact that there were people out there that wanted me to join an SMP. I figured they wanted me to join because they wanted to try to gain some form of exposure off of me. So they wanted to piggyback off of me. So I didn't really trust the people that I was meeting online, even though some of these people were people that I had talked to a considerable amount. So do you guys feel as if it's a good thing, a bad thing, or like do you like trust people faster than what you probably should whenever it comes to the internet, simply because there is no, like, I suppose you're hiding behind the ambiguity of the internet. Like, how do you guys feel about that? Steph, you can go.
I'm actually kind of open, but I'm open online. Like I'm comfortable with sharing my personal things online, but I don't know how I would fare in a real situation where I have to meet that person. Because if that person is someone I trust online, it doesn't necessarily mean that they could do stuff that is nice in real life. So I kind of try to figure out why would they do something bad to me? Like, see if their personality is something that is believable, or maybe something that's not believable. I don't know. It's just two-way for me. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, Amanda, what about you? Like, how do you feel about, like, internet relationships? Like, especially since you're a moderator. I mean, you meet you're a moderator on a server, so you meet tons of people.
Well,
you have to interact with all these people, and you get really, really, like, personal with some of these people. How do you feel about, like, do you feel like you can trust these people just because they are saying they are who they say they are?
I think there's a lot of different types of trust or layers of trust, and because I'm a moderator, I think it makes it easier to trust people on a smaller level. Like, just because I'm in a position of power on the server, people are going to know who I am anyway.
Yeah.
And I can do something about it if they don't like me or they do something bad to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but people are always going to have that in their mind. As for trusting people, like, as friends,
Yeah.
I think that I have to talk to them first, like, through voice at least.
I agree with that. Like, I think that voice is... Well, you guys came to this in the last podcast, that, like, voice and video are two very, very crucial elements in any form of relationship. Like, with me and the people that I'm close to, not only do I video chat with them on a regular basis, like with Amanda, you and I, we've had a few video chats. We've just kind of sat around and talked and done whatever. And we've done that, or like I've done that with other people. And like, at least with me, I feel like with you and I, it's weird because I feel the same way with you that I did with, like, let's say my old roommate CJ, where with he and I, we actually met playing Call of Duty. That is where we met. We met online playing Call of Duty. He was from Maryland, I was from Ohio, and for whatever reason, we ended up hopping into the same game together. We were talking, we were making fun of people, and then the next thing I know, like not even a year or so later, I end up moving in with him. But the really weird thing is that, like, with him, I didn't think anything was weird about that. Like, because I've met him, I met my buddy Kevin, I've wanted to go up to Canada and meet my buddies Johnny and Jace, and, like, there are all kinds of people from the internet that I haven't... I guess I have met in person, but even still, like, there's, like, a direct... I don't know, it's weird because a lot of the people that I meet, they still feel like real people. Like, it's not... I mean, there are instances where I meet somebody online and there's, like, a direct disconnect. But it's not always like that with certain people. If that makes any sense at all. Like, I think that just video chatting and, like, just talking in general, depending on where you're talking and how personal it can get, I feel like it can lead to trust. But do you think that it's okay to be trusting these people? Because like what Steph said, you don't necessarily know their intentions. Like with myself, I always kind of feel like if I were to meet up with somebody, I don't think anything is weird about it. Like whenever I flew my buddy Kevin in from New York, I didn't think anything was weird about that. And at that point in time, he was like 25-ish, I think. So he was like 25, I was 21. We were right around there. So I was literally just flying in this older guy from New York, which this sounds weird no matter how you put it. I mean, this person was flying in an older guy from another state to come and crash with him for a week. But with me, I didn't think...
sounds weird.
It does. It sounds really weird, but I didn't think anything weird about that. And, like, I mean, I was bringing this random person that I didn't even necessarily know into my house. But you know what? We had, like, the greatest week ever. It was such a good time. We hung out, we went and shot guns, we did all kinds of sweet stuff. But, like, do you guys think it's okay to trust these people? Like, or like with you, Amanda, do you feel comfortable, like, let's say if myself or, like, other people on the server, like Steph or whoever, well, maybe not Steph, he sounds like he's just, like, this little itty-bitty thing. But, like, with myself...
Who cannot trust him?
With, like, myself or, like, other people that you've met on the server, even if they're not a particular rank, would you trust them to just come over to your house and hang out?
Some people, yeah. I would want to hang out with them.
Well, like,
most of them live far away or in different countries, though, so it's hard.
But
I would.
What is that separation, though?
What separation?
Like, what is the separation between, like, myself and... Or, like with you and I, we've discussed just meeting up. Like, I mean, I've discussed meeting up with Steph. And with Effects, we've talked about me going to Kentucky, since he's, like, right under me, and just going and hanging out. Like, we've discussed that stuff, but he thinks it would be weird. And, like, there have been instances where it's been weird. Like, it's been taken it's been taken to that weird point where it's just like, hey, will you go to Disney World with me? And I'm like, that's kind of weird. But, like, I mean, what changes that? What's in your guys' opinion, what do you think changes the ordinary, or, like, somebody that you think is just, like, an awesome person that you want to hang out with? Because, like, everybody in Hexion and, like, with you, Squirrel, and most of the people that we've had on here, I could hang out with everybody. Like, I could just go to a bar. Well, maybe not a bar, but I could go to some place, maybe like
choice.
Chuck E. Cheese or something.
I should totally go to a bar.
I'm just saying, like, okay, I could go out somewhere. Like, we could go to a convention and meet up, and I wouldn't think anything was weird about it. Like, seeing
That's a
you
little
guys
different, though. If it's like a group thing
well,
compared to a one-on-one meeting.
I don't know.
I think it is.
Well, why? Okay, so why do you think that it feels different?
Because there's more people there. Like, you all know each other, I guess, instead of just being one person.
Okay.
There's some more safety.
All right, so for you, it's more the safety net aspect in the group meeting.
I think that makes it less weird.
Okay. Maybe I just have a really, really messed up, like, or a really messed up sense of what is normal. I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand normalcy.
Like, if I bet you at a place where a bunch of people from Cube Crowd went to meet each other or something, it would probably be less weird than if I went and met you on my own. Maybe not to us, but to other people.
I could see that, but I can also see the counterpoint to that as well. Like, a perfect example of this. Well, like I said with my buddy Kevin, I flew him in from New York. He came and he hung out for an entire week. We had a great time. It was awesome. And even one of the old guys from Hexion, or I Am Not a Bucket, he came over to my house and he crashed at my house for a week. And it really wasn't that weird. Like, he got to see me the way that I normally am, which is not always the on-camera person that I am. But, like, he got to see that side of me. And but I didn't think that there was anything weird about it. Like, it was two people. I mean, maybe again it's different because I'm an older guy that can kind of take care of myself. Like, I'm kind of a bigger dude too, so I mean I can handle my own. But like, I didn't think that there was anything weird about it. But one time I went to, or one of my buddies had me go, or he was signed up on this website. It was like Plenty Offish, or no, Plenty of Fish, and I always called it Plenty Offish because I thought that was funnier. But he went to this dating website called Plenty of Fish. It was like a free like website where you can sign up to do whatever and go date and do whatever. And they had this meetup at this club. I went to that club, and that was the weirdest meetup I have ever been to. Like, it was a whole bunch of really, really weird people, and like, internet people are weird people. I don't care what you say. Internet people are weird people. And these people were the even weirder versions of those. And like, I was not comfortable at all in this instance. But
did you know them before that?
Yeah, like some of these people I had conversations with. Like on the website, because he kept trying to get me to go date people on here.
Like, talk to them through voice?
Yeah. Like, we were talking on Skype and doing all this stuff, but it was so weird because, like, we were in this little, like, stanky bar there was, like, a stanky dance club. They're playing, like, really outdated techno music. The whole place smells like snot. Like, it was just a bad situation. And, like, it wasn't even where we were that made it bad. It was just the fact that it was... I think that it was the intentions that made it weird. Because, like, whenever people are on a dating website, they are there because they want to date somebody. But whenever it's... Whenever it's just, let's hang out, I personally don't think that it's all that bad. Like, whenever it comes to, like, the whole kids going out and riding the subways and stuff like that people are always freaking out about, or like kids walking home from school, people think that they need to have, like, or they need, like, their hand held the entire way. I never understood that personally, because I don't think that there are that many people out there that are actually wanting to hurt you. I think that there's probably like maybe less than 1%, or less than 1% of the population actually wants to hurt you. But those are the people that everybody's watching out for, because you don't know who that 1% might be. And like, maybe I'm just living carelessly just with the way that I am, but I myself don't see anything wrong with meeting up with people online. Just because, again, like, I'm assuming that they're weird in the first place because I'm weird. So I assume that they're going to be weird, but that's not the thing that is really, like, changing it for me. The thing that changes it is the fact that I can go ahead and assume that if I were to walk into New York right now and chuck a quarter at somebody, I'm not saying they wouldn't try to beat me up, but if I were to chuck a quarter at somebody, they are not that person that wants to hurt me. Doesn't matter where I am. Like, I could be anywhere, and they are not going to be that person that wants to hurt me. And I personally feel like, I mean, I don't give out a whole lot of information about myself in the first place. Like, the things that I discuss on my channel and everything, it's usually stuff where it's me talking about things that happened in the past, and I don't talk about what's going on now a lot. Like, in my Talkie Tuesdays and stuff, I'd sit down and I would just kind of discuss whatever was going on. But a lot of times I'd tell stories from way in the past. So, like, these are just anecdotes. Whereas with, and those are kind of the stories that I feel comfortable telling people on the internet, too. But there are people that I've met that have kind of crossed that threshold where it's like, okay, I feel like I can tell you about Andre. Like, this is not string now. This is not just the guy who's relaying these stories. I can legitimately tell you who I am. And I'm not saying that I'm not, like, I'm being, like, or I'm putting on, like, a face all the time, because there are definitely raw moments. But, like, with the...
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like, with these people on the internet... Again, like, because, like, we've all discussed meeting up at some point in time, whether it's at a convention or not, and, like, do you, well, I guess, just to kind of finalize it, do you guys feel as if we should trust the people that we're meeting on the internet? Like the people that we're meeting and talking to a lot? Not just
I've
like...
never met someone from the internet, so hard to say.
So you just have no information to base it off of?
Well, I think it depends on what the situation is. I don't know. It could be really different depending on who it is
Okay.
or what your relationship is with them.
Okay.
I think it's easier if you're just friends.
I definitely agree with that. Because again, it's
There's
the
no
intention.
pressure or like it hasn't gotten too personal yet
Yeah.
compared to like a relationship
Yeah. Where
where
it'd
you
be
could
like...
be expecting something.
Yeah, because I don't know, like you meet up on Match.com. I think even that would be weird. But like if I met somebody on Facebook, or not Facebook, if I met somebody on like Minecraft, I would not have any problem meeting up with those people. Because
I think the main thing for me that separates it is the age, because I would feel weird going with Ustream because like I'm like 2 and you're like 54, and then the things that you do like go to a bar, shoot stuff.
how often do I go to a bar or shoot
I don't know.
anything?
That's the stuff you're talking about.
No, like at first I just said if we were to go to a bar. I'm not like because there's nothing to do in this town. But I'm not saying like I would bring Steph to a bar or go shoot stuff with him. Like
What would you do with him?
well, I'd probably go to a park and just go fishing or something. Like,
I thought you were gonna say play on the playground.
People look at it and think that you're my dad because you're Asian too.
that's fine. Whatever, I'll be your dad. No, like, I mean, honestly, I have no problem walking up and just swinging on the swing set. I'll go do that. Yeah. Let's go, Steph.
I totally go out.
Yeah.
It would be a father-son thing.
And then we'll build sandcastles. Because
Like heights.
we're so used to building castles in Minecraft. We'll just build it with sand. It's a different type of block.
That should be a series, just building sandcastles.
Just building sandcastles. Sandcastles with Daddy. And it'll just be me. It'll be me building sandcastles with people. Oh, I like it. I like the idea. All right. And this, well, okay, so speaking of relationships and dealing with all kinds of weird, awkward things that people have to deal with, right now we have 3 people in this call that have all experienced, or that are all in very different stages of this one element of something. And this is something that a lot of people ask me about personally, and it's something that Squirrel or Amanda is currently dealing with, and it's also something that Steph is curious about. And that is going to high school.
Ew.
Steph, you were the person that suggested this topic.
Oh, yeah.
You suggested it a while ago. You were kind of curious, like what it's like to go to high school, the differences between going to middle school and then going to high school, and all of that stuff. I guess it's probably best to start with somebody who's not just reminiscing about it. So, Squirrel, would you like to tell us what it's like, or would you like to tell Steph what it's like to go to high school?
Well, my experience is probably different because before I went to high school, I was homeschooled. So I don't really know what public school was like before I was in high school.
Lucky.
And at first, I suffered horribly. I hated every day, every minute. I counted down the minutes till I could leave every single day. I hated it. I didn't know anyone. After a while, it got easier. I made friends. I have some pretty good friends there now. I still hate it, but I'm almost done. Yeah, I don't like school.
Because, like, all right, so with myself, I actually, okay, from 4th grade on, I hated school. Wanted nothing to do with it. Like, but my 4th grade teacher just completely destroyed schooling for me. But high
I didn't like
school,
my fourth grade teacher either.
that kind of seems like a normal thing. I don't know if it's just like Steph, did you like your fourth grade teacher?
Um, so back where I used to live, not Canada,
Yeah.
it wasn't grade, so it was like the British system, like primary. So
Okay.
if you go by my primary four teacher, he was freaking awesome. He was my favorite teacher in the world.
My
Like he was so funny.
my
Like
favorite
he
teacher in the
managed to
world
make the
is a
most
math
boring
teacher.
topics funny for some reason. I don't know why, but he was a great teacher.
All right. Well, you do have potential to get to that point again, like to get another awesome teacher. Because with me, like I said, at fourth grade I hated, or well, yeah, just grade four, primary four, whatever everybody or whatever you cats are calling them. Like that was whenever I started hating school, but that was because that teacher, like, she hated being a teacher, she hated my family, she just and there were all kinds of bad instances that kind of happened there, and like I ended up getting really frustrated with school. So then whenever I like progressed throughout schooling, I just didn't care. And at this point in time, this like around like 13ish was also whenever I started playing guitar, and all that I wanted to do at that point in time was just become a professional musician. So like, I mean, at like what I'd say 14 up, like I mean I was not exactly a good role model, but I mean like I was always going out, and I was going out on tour over the weekends, and then I'd skip school and do all this stuff. And like for me, high school, it wasn't even a social thing, it was simply a burden. There was something that I didn't want to go, I didn't want to do, or I didn't want anything to do with it. And it wasn't like I just didn't have fun in it because it wasn't what I wanted directly. But I did have some really good experiences, in particular with one of my teachers. He was actually my math teacher almost all 4 years. This guy was awesome. And I still hang out with him to this day. I've been out of high school for like 10 years now, and I still to this day hang out with my old math teacher. And it's not just because he was just a cool dude. Like the way that he taught me, everything stuck. I really liked his train of thought and everything. But like, I mean, for me as an introvert, I didn't do a lot in school. I didn't talk to a lot of people. People knew me. Like the other day, our cleaning ladies came over, and they were just like, "Is your name Andre?" And I was like, "Yeah." "Did you go to school with Bear to Get Bear?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so. Why?" And then she was just like, "That's my son. I remember seeing you play shows." And I was like, "Really? Whoa." But yeah, like, I mean, I have that stuff happen all the time.
How many people were in your high school?
There were, I think our graduating class was like 800, something like that.
Oh shit.
Oh wow, that's about the size of mine.
Yeah. But like everybody knows me. I don't know what I did because I didn't talk to anybody, but everybody knows me for some reason. And like, I mean, it's not even like I was necessarily like doing well in school. Like I had potential to do well in school if I wanted to, but it just didn't interest me because it wasn't music related. And even the music classes, I was like, I hate this, and I just didn't do it. But yeah, like I just didn't spend a whole lot of time like socializing throughout high school, and I kind of wish that I would have, because the more that I spent a lot of time or the more time that I spent away from high school, the more that I realized some of the opportunities that I could have potentially missed out on. Because like while everybody else was out going out, having their first date, having their first kiss, going out to show. Well, I was going out to shows, but like they were going out to movies with friends, and like they'd go hang out, and they go to parties, they make friends, they do this, they do that, and blah blah blah. While everybody was doing that, I had a rule where I could not go and do anything until after I've practiced playing guitar for 6 hours.
Yeah, I don't think that's normal.
It's not. It's just like I know it's not, and like I completely gave up all of my high school career. Like I gave up any friendship or anything other than just the people that I was in bands with. So like my experiences with high schools, I'd say it's not going to be that bad, depending on how you want to look at it. Like for me, it was hell. For Amanda, obviously for you, it's kind of been hell because you don't want to go there. You feel like you have better
I
things to
want
do.
to like it. I try to do stuff like first year I went to the homecoming dance or whatever and I went to some football games and stuff because I wanted to try to fit in, but it didn't really help.
I've been to 2 dances. I went to 2 proms, and that was it. And the first prom, I didn't actually do anything.
That was at prom.
Yeah, I went to 2 proms. No, I went to 2 proms. The first one, I didn't actually do anything, and I went to I literally just sat upstairs the entire time and talked to my friend at that point in time. She and I just sat there and we talked the entire time. The second time, I went because that same girl that I was talking to at that prom wanted me to go again because she said if she has to go to 2 proms, she wants it to be with me both times. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I went to that prom with her. And that was so bad. Because, my high school class... Okay, this was, way back in the day. But whenever they played Darude Sandstorm, that... Yeah. Whenever they played that, we all, busted out glow sticks. And we're all, dancing around, having a rave, having a good time. And, then for theirs... They played that and nobody moved. Nobody was even really at this prom. It was at this crappy place that was in front of the BMV, and it looked, I don't know, there were maybe 30 people in there. Nobody cared. Nothing, it was so bad. But, again, I feel like my high school experience, it really kind of turned around the time that I was a senior, right about whenever senioritis hit, because... as soon as senioritis hit, that was whenever it was more of I don't care, nobody else cares, but all of the people...
I've experienced that too. The last few months.
It's bad. And it just, it progressively gets worse until finally because, whenever you know that you're about to graduate and you're just I only have 1 more month. I hate this. I really wish this month would go by faster. And it's the slowest month of your life, and you're so miserable about it, and yeah, it's bad.
I'm totally looking forward to that.
But
don't wait to take all your advanced classes senior year like I did.
Yeah, and also don't do what I did and just mess with every single teacher. I was such a troll, such a troll. And I would fight for things that don't even matter. But, I don't know. Like I said, for me, high school was a burden because it was something that was taking away from my passion. For a lot of people, I've known a lot of people. There was actually this one girl, her name was Jen, and she was, her high school career had to have been amazing. I mean, she always had a smile on her face. She was always, the brightest, happiest, peppiest person ever. And I
can't
loved
handle
going
early
to school.
mornings.
I
don't like waking up before 6 a.m.
I don't like waking up ever. I don't know. That's another thing. My sleep schedule is just so messed up.
So you don't like being alive?
Well, no. It's
Whoa.
I don't like waking up. I can whenever I'm awake. I want to be awake, and I don't want to go to sleep. And then whenever I have to go to sleep, I'm mad because I want to stay up and do things. I feel like there are... I don't have enough time in the day for me to do what I want to do, which is probably why I'll have so many times where I'll, stay up for, a week straight. And I'm just, I'm getting all kinds of crap done.
That's probably why you don't like waking up.
Yeah.
Because you don't get enough sleep normally.
I do sometimes. I have been recently.
Sometimes.
I have been recently. I've been
That's
doing pretty
not
okay.
Pretty okay.
Yeah. I've been doing... I've been... Hey, my sleep schedule has been a lot better the past... I mean, everybody had to have seen that.
It's horrible.
No.
It's horrible. What
No.
was it for?
How is it horrible?
You stay up sometimes.
Sometimes, on
For
weekends.
days.
Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes.
That's worse than like 80% of the world.
Yes, yes. I can agree with that. But again, I've got a lot of things I got to do. I mean,
And then you're like sometimes, oh, I gotta go take a nap, and then I
Yeah.
don't see you for 8 hours.
Sometimes I'll be like, I gotta go take a nap, and you don't see me for like another day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like that's because a lot of times I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. But I have been doing
You're not
better. I have
doing
been
it
doing
right.
better. I've been doing better. I've been going to bed at like 11 or 12, and I've been waking up at like 7 or 8.
Yeah, but then you complain that it's too early.
It is too
And then you
early.
go
I
back
don't.
to sleep.
I don't understand how people do that. Like for me, like my
Because we have no choice.
I know, but I just, like I always hate it because with me, I just want to be up until like I don't know 6, 7 a.m. and then wake up at like 3 p.m. Because whenever I do that, I wake up and I feel awesome, and like that'll be right around 8 hours of sleep, and I'm cool with that. But whenever I go to bed at like midnight and I wake up at 8, I am miserable until like right around midnight, and then I'm just wide awake. I'm like, woohoo, let's go, without coffee or anything. It's just like that is how my sleep schedule works, and that didn't work well in high school either. That was another really, really bad thing. I slept through so many classes. And,
Okay, kind of a little tangent.
yeah, well,
Went from high
Yeah.
school to sleep.
yeah.
I like 2-hour delay days because you get 2 more hours,
You
and
know-
I feel like that's enough.
All throughout my schooling, I never had a single delay.
What?
Yeah, we like every time it was either a cancellation or nothing. There was never a delay.
So I'm gonna say that I'm kind of looking forward to high school, but I'm not looking forward to all the homework because I know if I don't do my homework,
It's
my
not
parents will get
that
really
bad.
mad.
Oh, yeah.
I
you're
don't
eight.
know, but people in elementary school keep telling me, or there's a lot of homework, and these high school people and high school teachers have been coming in to tell us what high school's been like, or what high
They
school's been like
always
for
try to
them.
make it seem harder than it would be.
Really?
Like high school was not that bad. College, that sucked because I was paying for it.
Oh. Yeah, but people keep telling me high school there's so much homework involved. You have to stay up till like,
Depends on
or you have
what
to do like
classes you're
3
taking,
hours of
like-
homework every day.
No,
But-
as long as you've got good time management, you can hammer it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
I don't have good time management though. That's the thing.
You're no, I've seen you work. You can sit down and dang it, I broke the blue thing again.
What blue thing?
There's this blue thing. I don't even know what it is. It was like a clip thing. I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know, but I broke it. I've broken it 3 times now.
Okay.
Because like I keep like putting it in my fingers and I just like apply pressure and like twist it and bend it and play. But yeah, anyways, yeah, like high school, it's really not that bad. Like a lot of people tend to make it out to be worse than what it
We
really
just
is.
made it out to be horrible.
No, I was saying with my personal experience with me being this weird person that I am, where I would much rather sit down and fiddle with a piece of like a lump of wood that has some steel attached to it for 6 hours every day instead of having human interaction. For me, being the weird case scenario, yeah. For me, being just weird, yeah. That's
Yeah, Stefan will be fine.
yeah. Like you're a quasi social person. You're not this weird dude. Like yeah.
Yeah, for me, I just try to focus on learning stuff, making friends and stuff, but almost everyone around me seems like bent on being popular and getting good grades. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
they never focus on like learning
Yeah, that's
stuff.
one
They only
thing I hate about school. Like the people and the teachers. It's all about the grades.
Yeah, it's always grades. Like, what do grades have to do with learning? Like, seriously, school was invented to learn, not to get high scores and be better than everyone. Because it seems like a competition, like a giant pissing contest right now.
Oh, that's just human nature. That's something that you can't really get around.
I have a really good teacher this year, though, who's not like that. He's the best teacher I've ever had. I'm really happy I got him this year.
Speaking, hang on. Well, while you guys are discussing this, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna text my old math teacher.
What?
I'm gonna see what he's doing. I might go
You
hang
have
out.
his number.
Yeah, like I said, I just said this little bit ago. Like I still hang out with this guy. I love this teacher. Let's see here.
This
Okay.
teacher that I have, though, he's teaching my AP Lit and Comp class, and they have a designated schedule for every single day in that class, so he can't really change that for us.
Yeah.
But for his other classes, he does a lot of really cool stuff with them. Like every day, or not every day, every week, they have one day where they can do whatever they want, but it has to be like this project that they're working on through the whole year.
Yeah.
And at the end, they can present whatever they worked on. And they get one day every week to do this. I think that's a pretty cool idea.
All right. I like it. I like it. So, lastly, this one we're going to have to make quick because we only have a few minutes. But this is just to kind of wrap up everything since we all actually met through Minecraft. Where do you see Minecraft in 2 years? Okay.
That's our answer. A bunch of orgasms.
Alright, so Steph, where do you see Minecraft in 2 years?
I would probably think the same thing, like same as it was today.
You think
Maybe some big servers go down, some big servers come up, but I think it will still all run pretty well. But because ever since it started, things have been things have been changing a lot. Like let's say all this update stuff and plugins and command blocks. People make big servers, and whenever Minecraft adds more stuff, they get more creative and stuff. But maybe over the years they might add too much stuff. But I don't think in 2 years they would add that much stuff that way it would like make the limits of the game like boundless. So I think limiting the people that are playing the game is what makes the game fun. Because if you have too much stuff to do, people don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So if you limit it down to tell them what they're doing, even though there's not much direction to what you have to do in Minecraft, there's at least some. So it's people with the correct attention spans, they know what to do themselves. So if there's too much stuff, they won't know what to do. So in 2 years, I think it'll be pretty much the same.
Okay. Amanda, what do you think?
I think Minecraft's a kind of game where people have a lot of freedom with how they play it. Like, you can kind of control what type of Minecraft you're playing, or what server you're on. I don't know.
Do you think it's going to be like about the same in 2 years?
No, I think some things will be different, but it seems like every time they add a new thing, there's 10 more things that they have to fix after that. So,
because the reason why I ask is because in a lot, is that you, Steph?
Sorry. I'm just playing my keyboard.
paper crumpling.
The reason why I ask is because like a lot of people have been discussing in YouTube videos here recently how like I know B00 just put out like an update video or something recently where he was saying that like vanilla Minecraft videos aren't getting him any views, and Etho was saying that like with things like UHC and stuff, like it's not really getting him any views, and all these different things are happening where they're not getting views with just vanilla Minecraft, but things like modded Minecraft and just something else. And I know that we've kind of debated this a lot within Hexion, and how like I know people have said that everything in Minecraft has been done, and like even Seth Bling has said the same thing. And I feel like people are starting to kind of get frustrated a little bit with, or certain people are starting to get frustrated with the amount of possibilities that they can take in with Minecraft. And honestly, I've seen this happen before. This actually happened with the Call of Duty days. Like originally whenever Call of Duty first came, or well around like the COD 2 to COD 5, or like COD Modern Warfare 2 era, like around there, just for those couple years, everybody, like, Call of Duty felt new. It felt fresh. It was like a very, very refreshing thing, and people were very into it. Every time that there was a new update or anything, it always felt like it was new. Then people started to get kind of frustrated with it, because whenever Modern Warfare 2 came out, there wasn't really a whole lot of, or like there weren't a lot of updates or anything, and like Minecraft was coming out, or it was getting more popular, so people were kind of like gravitating over towards that because it was something new where they had like some kind of freedom. It felt fresh because like even though Call of Duty is just the Quake engine, or a lot of people just didn't have the imagination to really keep it going, to keep it to where it doesn't just lie stagnant. And then like I said, Minecraft came in once everybody started to get really bored and it started to feel kind of repetitive. And then now in Minecraft, like people feel as if you really only have a couple things to do. They feel as if you only have redstone, building in creative, building in survival. That's about it. And then you've got like you've also got PvP. So I guess there are technically 4. But you have these 4 things, and like even within the redstone community, you've got people that's like, well, okay, it has to be, or all that I do is I build flush 2x2 fastest in the world doors, or whatever. And then you've got the building people where it's just I build castles, or I build houses, or I build this, I build that. This is all that I do. And like I feel like they're just getting stuck into these little niches, and they're not exploring enough. So because of that, Minecraft is starting to feel boring to people. Like they can add as many features as they want, but that's not going to change anything, because you're still going to get the people such as like myself and like Etho and BOO, or maybe not BOO. I don't know how much fun he's really having as much as he is just talking. But like that wasn't meant to be like a slur by any means. It was more or less just like whenever I watch his BOO videos, it doesn't seem like he's having the same kind of fun as somebody is like Etho. Where like with me, I can sit down and just play Minecraft for hours and never get bored of it. And still to this day, I mean, I've been playing this game since it was an in-dev, like way back in the day when back when it was like a web-based or a web browser type game. Like I was having fun with it back then, and I was fun whenever we only had 5 blocks, because I was making up the story. And like that's how I tend to play a lot of these games. Like whenever I play Magic the Gathering or anything, I make up stories behind my decks, and like I can't make the thing happen unless that happens. And like I don't care about winning or anything. And I feel like a lot of times with Minecraft, people aren't, I'm not going to say they're not submersing themselves in the Minecraft experience, but I feel like people are really limiting themselves with, there's nothing new, so I don't care anymore. Like I was expecting something huge whenever the whole Guardian Temple thing came out, but again, there wasn't really any end goal to it. There was, I mean, other than the fact that you took it over and then somebody like JL could come and make a farm, there was really nothing to do with it. Like, what was the point of adding that in? Like, you add in this water mob that's not going to be everywhere, so it's not like it's really a threat to me whenever I'm playing survival. It's really easy to avoid it unless it's Willy Goat, where his island is directly on top of this stupid thing. So, like, I mean, it wasn't changing enough, and people, I feel like people aren't, I don't want to say creative enough, but that's kind of what it is. People aren't being creative enough to, or maybe I'm just looking at it weird.
Where are you basing this information off of?
I'm just basing.
I don't really agree.
I'm basing it off of the way that I've seen people talk about Minecraft. Like I'm talking like
if they're talking about Minecraft like that, chances are they're complaining.
I see people talking about Minecraft in school that play Minecraft Pocket Edition, and all they do on there is hop on into a land world or something, kill each other, scream at each other for killing each other, kill each other again, and the cycle goes on. That's all they do, seriously. They don't do anything else besides that. Like, I don't know how they take pleasure in doing that.
I don't know, but like because I know that both B-Dubs, Etho, and Good have all mentioned recently, and Arcus actually, they've all mentioned that since there haven't been any new snapshots or anything coming out, and Doc M, there haven't been any new snapshots, and Zazuma, any new snapshots, any new features. Like, I mean, it's been a while since anything 1.8 has started to happen, and blah blah blah. Since all of this stuff's happening, all of their Minecraft views are starting to go down, and people are more interested in other things. And I've even seen this with somebody like the Neural. Like with the Neural, I absolutely love his content, and he created or he has two Let's Play series. He has one on a server and then one that was a Let's Play, or his single player world, that weren't really getting that good of a response. And like he was stuck forever just trying to get anywhere in like the YouTube community, and it wasn't getting him anywhere. He goes and he starts up another channel where he doesn't post any Minecraft whatsoever. And within a couple months, he's already matched the amount of subs that he has on his main channel. So, like, that in and of itself shows that people are either getting bored of the game, since they're, I mean, all of these bigger YouTubers, or most of the bigger YouTubers that I'm watching, they've all said something about how their Minecraft views are just plummeting. Because there's nothing new, and people want, like, modded Minecraft, or they want this, or they want that. And like with all of that stuff happening, it's really difficult for me to try to say where Minecraft is going to be in 2 years, because even a lot of the people that are making like Minecraft based servers are starting to figure out how to branch out and turn it into their own game. Like once we get to the point where we have to import our own models and our own coding for these models to make Minecraft no longer Minecraft, I think that is the...
I think that it's still Minecraft, though.
You think so?
I think that's the good part about Minecraft, is because you can do that.
Oh, actually, I think that YouTube in general is just, or the YouTube part of Minecraft is just going down, and the little communities within Minecraft are just gonna stick, because with CubeCrowd there are still very loyal people that play on there almost every day. And I think those kind of communities are going to stay.
We're always doing new things to keep the community active and interested.
But I think YouTube is just not doing it as well.
So it's just people watching these videos that are...
Yeah, because they're more interested in doing their own things, not other people, not interested in other people's things anymore. Because that's the thing with me. I don't enjoy watching what other people are doing. I like doing what's in the game because it's more fun than watching.
See, because for me, I mean, again, maybe it's just because I'm more or less just playing the game vicariously through other people whenever I can't play the game. But, like, with me, I like to end the night by turning on, like, an Etho video or a Doc M video or something, and just kind of sitting down, watching somebody play whatever, and I just use that to wind down. Like, because then I'm still kind of playing the game, because they're playing the game, and I'm playing it vicariously through them, but, yeah.
I like some of their personalities, too. I think more than the fact that they're playing the game.
I could see that. That would probably make a lot of sense as to why people still subscribe to me, because I don't understand it. I don't get it at all. But, yeah, we actually went a lot longer than what I expected. And it's funny, because you two were both like, I can't really talk this week. But yeah, we went a lot longer than what I was expecting. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So yeah, we'll just say that this is a longer video since we had to miss so many, and then everything happened with the last one. So yeah, thank you both of you guys for coming out. It was definitely a good time. That's Steph.
It was better than I thought it would be.
That was a lot better than I thought it would be. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. So thank you very much, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed. Everybody who's watching, make sure you leave any thoughts or feedback in the comments down below. So yeah, thank you, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.